There we go. Believe I am live now. So, greetings, class. Ben Mazza here. Been a while since I've done a stream again, which I recently uploaded my review of the Clone Wars episode, which I'm very proud of. And okay, so title of the video says you guys are gonna be watching me making a, doing an editing stream of Robin Hood Friar Talk with lightsabers, which it's been a while since I've done this. So, hello, Mr. Alex. Hello, and real fast before I do this real quick is no. I do not wish to end the stream. Alright, so I'm honestly very eager to do a newer version of Robin Hood Friar Talk with a Lightsaber, because my old version one, which had over 100,000 views, which again, thank you guys so much for that. It really does help with you guys liking of what I do. So I'm actually gonna do specific scenes of Friar Tuck and then add the Sheriff of Nottingham's with a lightsaber first, because I know I received a lot of comments in that video saying, how come only the Friar had a lightsaber and not, how come Friar Tuck had a lightsaber and not the Sheriff of Nottingham, which I kind of made this comic joke saying that he had a Beskar sword, which is kind of lightsaber resistant, which that kind of does help, but I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna give the Sheriff one, so just for the hell of it, So, as you all could tell, I'm basically doing keyframes, which that's no fun, to say the least. It's not fun, walk in the park. And the reason why I am making the solid color, somewhat blend down, so that I see the source of the stick, to make, to use it as a main source for the lightsaber. I mean, that's okay right there. So right now I'm just fixing the dialogue. Copy and skip a frame. And paste that frame. And here. This is why I like this version of Sony Vegas Pro 16, is because the keyframe option, instead of just doing the whole thing over and over again, it just saves you time just by angling it right and just move it around. And honestly, this is another one of the long projects that was on hold for quite a while, which I don't know when this will be uploaded on my main channel, but I am planning to upload it pretty soon. But yeah. Paste, boom, paste, there you go, and paste again, boom, there we go. That's the frame that depends, Mr. Alex. Like, if I'm making a video with a lightsaber, it could take me weeks, or even months, because of due to, at first, since I only had my first job at first, it could take me at least 3-4 weeks to do, because of real life shit going on in my situation that needed my attention, and I had to focus on that. Like, it's basically a chore. But honestly, because recently, now that I have 2 jobs, this alone will probably take me about maybe a few weeks more, because it took me, just by doing these, just doing this part alone took me a week and a half to do. Which that explains why it took so long. Now I'm gonna have to focus on this part. Now I gotta have to, again, this is why I love this tool, is that when it gets pretty much of a chore, I get to edit it proper and just make it somewhat blend here. Perfect. Perfect. Well, the key thing is, Mr. Alex, is editing takes practice. You just have to practice on this. Like, it took me a long time to figure out how to edit lightsabers in Sony Vegas. Because, let's be honest, I cannot afford After Effects or Adobe Premiere. Because those are the big league editing softwares that is highly recommended for lightsaber effects or other effects too, like you see in films and such. But just make do with what you have, basically. Perfect. There we go. Now, this is gonna be delete path and do a new anchor. There we go. Now that I'm done with this layer, I'm going to do like I did with this one, is I'm going to copy and paste. Yes. Create a new copy of the source media. Yes. So that it has the same. And change this one to a white core because I want to have that Star Wars like Empire Strikes Back vibe. So add Vegas glow twice, then Gaussian blur. Boom. Okay, so for the first glow, I'm going to do something like aquamarine-ish look. And now for the second one, give it the light, close to the darker blue to make it have that Empire Strikes Back 5. There we go. Something like that. Now for the white core, this is going to be just with Gaussian blur. Oh, shit. Okay. That shit. 105. 105. Boom. There you go. I get something like this in the Hello, Firetails. Hello. Hello, hello, Firetails. Welcome, welcome. Shit. There we go. I only saw bits and pieces of it. I'm gonna have to re-watch it because apparently I missed the good shit when I got back for being out and about. Being out and about. But it is what it is, though. Now I just have to edit this part here. Now, what I'm gonna do now is use the anchor piece. Use the mouse cruiser. Drag it here. And I'm gonna have to make this extremely faded out because this is the part where I'm gonna have to use my good skills to the test. Because now I'm gonna have to... There we go. Okay, we got something close to that. There we go. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy, paste, then move this at a different angle a bit, and make sure it's aligned. And I think this is the part where I'm gonna make it swing a bit because this is where he throws the lights, like he starts stabbing at the sheriff at this point. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure the end piece hits here, then gently do a swing. Copy. Then this is the part where as I explained, is key part of the okay. Gotta copy again. Then, as predicted, this is the part where he's gonna stab the Sheriff of Nottingham. I mean, I have GIMP too. I have GIMP. It's a cheap version of Photoshop, but I honestly prefer GIMP over Photoshop in my opinion. Yes, Photoshop has more editing options, especially for artists out there, but I highly recommend GIMP for those who are on a tight budget. But that's just me, I guess. Okay. And now this is the part where he stabs stabs the sheriff. So now I'm gonna have to edit out the part where the lightsaber stabs him. And maybe edit like a flare burned mark, I guess. I don't know. I am gonna have to debate that soon. Okay, here we go. Alright, so this is the part where I'm gonna have to change this back to normal. Okay. Now I'm getting somewhere. Sound gauges? What do you mean by that? Oh! This version that I'm using and I currently have is Sony Vegas Pro 16. This is the video that I use to make my YTPs, as well as my normal content here on the main channel. And now is the part where I'm gonna have to make the lightsaber normal again with the tip piece. There you go. Okay. Oh shit. This is the part where I was talking about you make sure that the keyframes are correct, because if they are not correct, then that's a problem. Paste. Same thing with the blue. Paste. There you go. It's a good thing you have to have a good keen eye on that, class, so that way when I, in the future when I upload, I don't, make that mistake again. There you go. There you go. Well, I could do that in the future, but it depends on the time of my work and real life situations. Then I'll consider doing a newer tutorial version of how to do lightsabers in Sony Vegas Pro 17. Okay. Sorry about that, class. Now, here comes the tricky part. Okay, so I got that aligned, thank goodness, on that one. I'm debating if I should give the Sheriff of Nottingham an orange lightsaber or a yellow or just a crimson red. I don't know. I'm going to debate that when I get to him later on in stream. But we shall see. We shall see. Well, the YTPs, those are... It's very complicated to explain about the YTPs. You just have to think of an idea that will pop into your head and what you want the character, you know, what kind of memes you want to use, what kind of jokes you want to use, or what to make the character say in a sentence mixing, which, oh god. The reason YTP I've done, which is the debate why the Beast is pissed... Basically, I did that as like a joke of, since earlier on in my early YTPs, I made the Beast hate my OC to a T because of the, you know, him making a Beauty and the Beast YTP called The Beast is Impatient. And let's just say the Beast is pretty pissed off with my OC, my character at the moment. That there is a story arc going on that soon, class. I might make a story arc on that. Either on the main channel or just stick it to the YTP. Delete. Copy. Paste. Okay, now I'm gonna do this again. Then I'm actually going to do in this scene, I'm going to make the lightsaber swing. Like swing down. But at this point, I'm basically doing retroscoping, which I'm not going to lie, this part of retroscoping, it will take you fucking time and patience. Like, just have patience and time, and it will bear fruit. Just keep practicing. Watch some tutorial videos. Now, there are some tutorial videos out there for Sony Vegas, but some of the effects are not accurate enough. The key word is just experiment. Just experiment and see what fits well to you. Because as you guys can see in this... hang on, let me just do a better scene. Is the one that I did here. I was going for the Empire Strikes Back vibe with the blue lightsaber. That's why I try to make it close to the Empire Strikes Back feel. But I really love the results of it nonetheless. And yes, I know this is where the lightsaber is a little dark, but I'm going to light that up a bit. Hang on, let me just lighten this lightsaber bit in this scene because it's way too dark. I wanted to... There we go. That's a little bright. There we go. Much better. It's very important that you rewind the frames just to make sure that there's nothing, no errors here and there, to make sure that it's perfect. And honestly, I love how this looks. And as you guys can see, this is the keyframes that I've done just to do half of that scene. So, one more frame. Here, paste, boom, next frame. Whoops. There we go, much better. I would say average. Like, how long is my experience average with lightsaber effects? I would say, if I remember correctly, of my Friar Tuck lightsaber, it was made like 5-6 years ago. So 6 years of lightsaber experience. No, I'm just gonna edit this part where the beam can be seen. There. And now this is the part where I mentioned that I'm going to make it. And surprisingly enough, yeah, this is a perfect execution of a retroscope right here. So there we go. I'm not gonna add any Star Wars theme into this. I'm just basically redoing the lightsaber videos, but I'm gonna add newer sound effects, and oh boy. So this is the part that I discovered of doing, which this took me forever to figure out, but I decided to get it. Here we go. So what I'm gonna do in this scene is I'm going to, okay, so gotta fix this normally down here. So here we go, and there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a newer path. And there you go. And now, since that part is done, what I'm going to do is delete path. Boom. There you go. And there you go. I'm gonna have to zoom in on this part because I do not like how that looks above. Make it straight and there you go. Paste. Boom. There you go. Yes, that's my air conditioner in the background. I apologize if you guys have to hear it. And hey, Solar Moon, so old Tuck is back for more. Well, in a way, yes. Whoops. Here we go. And then one more frame. And this sequence is done. And there you go. And there you go. Now, I'm going to do like I did earlier on in stream is, yes, create a copy of the source media. Make the core white. Two glows. Gaussian blur. I accidentally hit the question mark for Sony Vegas. I gotta get rid of that because I don't need that. Because I already know how to do this. So. Now we're gonna do the next glow. And there you go. That's the blue core. Done. Now I just need to work on the part right here. Gaussian blur. Yes. 105. 105. Boom. There you go. And we're just gonna watch this scene one more time with the Now that actually looks pretty cool so far. So now what I'm gonna do for the stream is I'm gonna add the sheriff's delete track. I'm now gonna be doing the Sheriff of Nottingham's lightsaber, which I'm gonna let you guys decide what color you guys want for what the sheriff to have. Red, yellow, or orange. Or magenta. So until I hear you guys' suggestions, I'm going to go with orange. Because why not, right? Let's make it unique for the good old Sheriff of Nottingham. Okay, so I got one red, one purple. So go ahead and share the stream around, class, which I don't mind if you guys want to share this around, because I'm welcome to old comers. Okay, so a lot of you really want him to have red. So, okay, I'll change the color in just a second. Because I gotta have to blend the masking a bit. Since the sheriff... Actually, give me a second here. Because I think I'm just gonna put it on the top. Okay. So now, what I'm gonna do... And since his sword is pointed, I'm going to add another anchor on the top. Boom. Looks a little spot on. I mean, I gotta have to admit, that's pretty cool looking lightsaber right there. If you guys don't mind me saying so. So since you guys want the sheriff to have red, I'm gonna give him the Empire. I'm gonna give him the Empire Strikes Back look. Is the close to violet red? That's an Empire Strikes Back look. So now what I'm gonna do is simple. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty damn good masking for the sword. Like, it fits well for the sword. I mean, why not? No, it just takes time and patience, though. That's the thing, Solar Moon. You just need to have time and patience to make a YTP, and as well, creativity. If you do it for the wrong reasons, then you should not be doing YTPs. That's just my say on the matter, though. Hey Caroline, how you doing? There we go. Okay. There you go. Now, this frame right here, I see it's a little off, so I'm gonna have to fix the tip part. And there you go. That's actually close to the, you know, that's kind of cool. And there you go. Ah, shit. Just noticed that too, just now, is that little frame here for Fire Talk. Trying to find that little screw up with Friar Tuck just now, because there we go. There's that little screw up. Okay, now I just need to do the same thing with the blue core. There you go. Now that little problem's fixed. Now that that little problem's fixed, I can now fix the Friar Tuck. No, fix the Sheriff's lightsaber now. So I'm going to do a finishing point of where I need to end that frame. Nowhere close to being done, class. That's a good question, and I do not know how. But I think some professional editors know how to do it with After Effects or Adobe Premiere, which, again, you guys have to look up the tutorials on that, but I do not know how they do it with Sony Vegas, though. I don't think you could do it with Sony Vegas, though, unfortunately. Like, I feel bad for the sheriff now in this version, now that he has a lightsaber, but he still doesn't stand a chance against the sheriff of Nottingham. No, against Friar Tuck. I mean, here's the thing though, originally when I wanted to redo this, I wanted to continue with giving Friar Tuck the green saber, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe he does look good with the blue, but I kind of do remember just now that, yes, fantasy flicks, or whatever they go by now, or the person that I used to know named Benny Ross made this kind of version, so I might have to change Friar Tuck's lightsaber, which I'll let you guys debate what lightsaber do you want Friar Tuck to have instead of blue. Okay, so keep it blue. Okay. Now I just have to fix the tip piece. Perfect. Yes, Solomon, he did. And Mr. X, that would be my phone. And yes, that was my R2D2 unit for my phone. To let me know I received a text message or an email. There you go. So, and as you guys could probably saw, I just received a notification on YouTube. Let's have a look at that. Alright. I think that would look good. I don't know. I think it was just to give attention in Revenge of the Sith, I guess. And this is the part where we reach to the end, class. And see that, like, all this is keyframes of what I've done so far? I'm gonna have to mute the sound effects that I added, because we might be listening to that pretty soon. There we go. There we go. Gonna have to fix that real quick. There we go. There we go. Now we're done with that scene right there with one scene so far. So now what I'm going to do is video track. Solidize that. Copy. Paste. Yes. There we go. Now we're gonna do the red. Give it that highlight material in there. Here we go. Now for the Gaussian blur effect. Okay. Boom, there we go. Now let's have a look at this, shall we? I'm using a laptop. I would not do so, Solar, because I do not want to risk copyright issues. Well, that's actually not bad. Like, that does have that Empire Strikes Back vibe in there. I might have to add flashes on there, though. And yeah. Now, here comes the part that I really do not want to do, is square. Start point where the I might have to shrink the this for a bit. Because technically I'm gonna be doing the lightsaber. No, the reason why you can see the raw now is because I removed the effect on the blue so that I could see the red. Okay, we're gonna add that frame here. Now this is the part where I have to edit the pointed part again. Actually, yeah, it's not that too bad. There you go. Alright, so now here comes the part that I really like to do, is this frame here. Alright, now. There we go. And there you go. Now I can fix the blue effect now. Now in this scene, I think I'm just gonna leave the violet part be as it is, but there we go. That's not bad. How long has this stream been going on again? Oh, for an